Thank you, Chair Latta, for holding this very important hearing today. And I want to thank the witnesses for being here to testify. The rapid growth of artificial intelligence is contributing to increased electricity demand, raising important questions about the capacity and resilience of our nation's power grid, in addition to the fact that costs are increasing for electricity. I'm glad we're holding this hearing to better understand how we can meet growing power demand while maintaining reliability, affordability, and the appropriate protection for our ratepayers. Chairman Myers and Mr. Falcone, electric markets around the country vary widely, as do the transmission and generation planning and development practices. A one-size-fits-all approach to federal planning requirements on the power sector disregards those differences and could create real challenges to the reliable delivery of affordable power. How should policymakers strike the right balance between consistent energy policy and the reality that regions are structured very differently?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. They are definitely, there's definitely different approaches. For example, the West is way different than the East, just because of the geographical layout, the fact that there's a lot of additional federal lands. The best way that Congress can help is not to trample on the authorities of the states, but maybe help standardize those authorities. We've got a couple of bills that we're talking about here that are doing studies. Those kinds of guidances are great, but we need the flexibility to deviate from that that's based on the application. So I would say that's one of the best ways we can do to help contain or standardize.
Mr. Falcone?
Yes, I would agree. I think the bills here have struck the right balance in using PURPA in that it requires state commissions and utilities to consider things like best practices in load forecasting, best practices in rates. There's another bill that encourages FERC to call together individuals to design best practices, incentives. But in the end, there's a lot of local distinction, and what's best for Georgia is not going to be the same as what's best for Arizona, and we should respect those local differences. So I think that strikes the right balance. Make everyone look at it, put out best practices, and then let people customize for what they're facing in their own area.
Good, thank you. Mr. Peeler, Duke Energy's vertically integrated service territory in the South is very similar to the structure of utilities in my home state of Georgia. Here, utilities are able to methodically plan and design an entire system to meet peak demand at the least cost. In fact, we have the lowest rates, some of the lowest rates in the country. Whether it's building big lines to get access to faraway renewables or building generation closer to load, utilities like Duke consider and compare all the alternatives to get outcomes that best meet the needs for your ratepayers. Can you walk us through that planning process and how Duke takes cost and reliability into account when deciding transmission and generation investments?
Yes, thank you for the question. So it's very important to have all aspects of the understanding the need, so the load forecast, and understanding how to use all the potential solutions, such as generation, transmission, and distribution. And the vertically integrated utility under state oversight has the ability to be close to the customers, actually execute the contracts with the customers for large loads, for example, forecast that load effectively with binding contracts, and then evaluate which solutions are most economic, be that a transmission line, a generating resource, a storage resource, the use of demand-side management, or in reality, the right combination of all of those.
Okay.
And that provides the most cost-effective solution for customers.
Thank you. And I'm just about out of time, but Mr. Falcone and Mr. Peeler, as part of the transmission planning process, you have to consider cost and benefits of using innovative technologies such as advanced conductors and grid-enhancing technologies that can meet a variety of different transmission needs. How do you consider the opportunities of trade-offs of using these types of technologies, and what role should Congress play to encourage their use? And we're about out of time, so if you could get back with me on that and answer that question for me so we can make it a part of the record, I would appreciate it. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.